and gentlemen, whatever goes live on IG as well as YouTube, whichever one you guys want. All right, so we'll have to go live for you guys. What's going on, Chris? I see you. All right. You guys see the title. The title says, whichever one you guys are on, YouTube or IG, are you missing out? That's the question. Are you guys missing out? Are you missing out? No pain, no gain, baby. Are you missing out? That's the question. Are you missing out? All right. So listen, I haven't been able to tally up what our point count for today was, but we've been able to do some great things. I missed the point count for yesterday. I haven't yet tallied up for today. But I will tell you something. We're getting it in terms of the point count for each day. Okay? Look, I got a poor connection. So it looks like okay, we should be good now. So the title is, are you guys missing out? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna put everything in y'all hands. What should I talk about? What should I talk about today? Of course, it got to be something that I can actually talk on. But chime in. Let me know what should I expound on today. I want to talk about the US30. I want to talk about how a lot of us are missing out. All right, we're missing out on the US30 to move, and we're getting tunnel vision, focused on the wrong thing. But I want to hear from you guys. What should we talk about? YouTube over here, IG over here. Chime in. Let me know. What should we focus on today? So, no one chime in. I'm going in on the US30. Oh yeah. I still trade. I'm only doing US30 right now. That's it. Yes, I have been talking about the NASDAQ. I do have I have my NASDAQ. The Telegram is already set up. I post there every day just like I do on the US30. Um, okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, let's 𝐬𝐞𝐟 𝐒𝐜𝐴 66. Let's talk after this live. What's the number? The number 516-560-9871. All right. So here's the deal. Okay, yeah, make sure you jot that down. I have yet to realize how I'm going to do the NAS. I don't know if I'm going to have them separate. I almost want to have them separate. Really, it's just a decision I have to make. I'm probably going to lean towards having them separate because I put a lot of content out inside of my US30 Telegram as is. And really, that's what it's going to be. I'm going to have to separate them. This is the way I did now. I have two different Telegrams. The question is it going to be two different memberships? Chances are it's going to be two different memberships. But what I may do is for those who are already part of the US30, offer some type of discount or something. You guys know I'm good for that. I don't try to necessarily. I can mix it together, but that can cause confusion. Okay, so I want to make sure that you guys are well invested as well. You got to invest in yourself too. So that's really the big thing. At the end of the day, you're going to get value. Okay, you will get value. So that's the main thing. So as far as the US30 today, the US30, I'm giving out probably a half dozen to maybe 10 different alerts, signals, or whatever. Okay? So the US30 is one of those. I know the US30 like the back of my hand. It's really phenomenal. I wish that 𝐘𝐮𝐬𝐴 would have told me about the US30. No, I'm just kidding. You guys know I was told about the US30. Not that I didn't know about it. It's just that I didn't take it serious, and I really didn't take it serious when it was first mentioned. Hey, man, look, I'm doing this and that on the US30. So it wasn't until later that I went back after the second call and I was like, you know what? Let me pay a little attention to this. Let me pay some attention to it. Oh yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah, because if you guys, I'm using both phones right now, so I would show you. Well, I can't really show you because I'm going to be revealing some things, but I put out, you guys know, if you guys are students, you guys know I put out a lot of content every day. A lot of content. So because of that, mixing those up will be a problem. I would have some people jumping in too early on an ads and jumping in late or jumping out too soon on the other. So we can't do that. So I'm going to have them separate. So the question was, am I going to have it with two different memberships? Yes, I am. It's going to have to be two separate memberships. The bottom line is you're going to have the advantage. Like if I'm putting out signals and alerts and walking through stuff on one, you're getting a double dose. So you're going to have both. Okay, so that's really where it's at. So the thing is, you don't want to miss out. And I'm telling you guys this because of the nature of the content that I'm putting out. The walkthroughs, and then just how, like today, FOMC, there was a lot of movement that happened. And just to tell you guys, I had given out an alert, and it was in alignment with the FOMC movement. So my students were able to do even better because of that movement. And then even after the FOMC, I was able to guide them and direct them into the market, into trades and stuff. So it worked out. So that's just something that we have to think about. Like at the end of the day, your future is in your hands. All right. We have the option every day to continue doing just continue doing what we are used to doing, getting the same results. Some days good, some days are bad, or doing something different. You know, that's the bottom line. So um, if it isn't broke, don't try to go fix it. There's no need to fix it. If you're doing good, stick with what it is that you're doing. Okay, stick with what you have going on. But if you need help, at the end of the day, it's about seeking the seeking, you know, new knowledge, going after being hungry. So um, so yeah, it's there's a lot going on in the markets, and we take advantage of it every single day. There's not one day that I don't show up inside of my Telegram. I show up every single day. Okay, so you guys are in need of guidance, and you find yourself over trading, not over leveraging, but just over trading. You don't know when to call the quits. You need someone to sort of guide you. Like at certain parts of the day, I'm done. I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. Like yesterday, toward the end of the day yesterday, I told my students, I said, listen, you know, this is not the time to be trading. You know, the market may do this, but listen, it's risky business right now. All right, so if you're wanting to trade on the US30, when it's like 3:30 or so, you don't want to get caught up inside of the market. You get caught with your pants down. So that's something to think about. All right. Yeah. So I'm normally inside of there giving out, you know, insight. Here's the thing. This is something that I tell my students often. When we go to the market, when I go to the market may already be moving. It can be moving up already or down already. That's not my trade. Okay, that's not my trade. I have to wait until the market pulls to a level, whether it's support or resistance, and look for an opportunity. And then even if it pulls to a level, the setup may not be my type of setup. So we literally have to be patient, as I told my students today, patience assassins. I tell them that at times, patience assassins, because we have to be patient and just allow the market to set up properly. We want the setup, and you know, we want the move, we want the money, but you have to let the market set up because what you see right now, like literally right now, you may have a certain bias on what the market may do. But 2 minutes from now, that candle could turn the opposite direction, and your idea of what the market is going to do, your bias may change like this. Boom. So we have to stick with the market, and that's why I only trade when I'm able to. I only trade the market when I'm able to watch the market. If I can't watch it, I'm not trading. And that's one of the disciplines that I teach that I hope everyone adopts. Seriously, whether you're a student or not, all right? Don't trade what you cannot sit there and watch. You can't watch it, you can't trade it. If you know you gotta go to work, you gotta go to the store, pick up wifey, pick up hubby, and you know you're like, man, I got like, I'm hoping this thing's set up, but man, if I put it in this trade, you know, I'm gonna be in no way trying to drive down the road, and I might get mad at hubby or get mad at my wife, and we don't want to do that. There's no need for it. So, one second, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that's the main thing. We gotta make sure that we have time to actually trade on the market when we're in the market. Um, so yeah, let me see. Right. Michael, what's going on, brother? Yeah. Anybody got any questions? Any questions? US30. Come on now, I want you all to be efficient. We have to learn how to trade this US30. US30 is not, listen, so many people during the IML days, so many people were trading on US30 and getting smoked. Like I remember a lot of people were hitting me up wanting to know if I was trading US30, but I wasn't. So I heard about it, and I've seen plenty of stuff on it, but that just wasn't my thing at the time. I gotta do a couple more, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, hit, you guys got questions, shoot me some questions. Look, I'm all ears. Whew. All right. Anything else? Any questions? Any questions? Dan, what's going on, Dan? My man Dan is in the house. My man Dan is in the house. Yeah. 516 560 9871. Yep. 516 560 9871. All right, good question. All right, so are you talking about on the US30? So someone asks, how can they build a small account from $500? How do you build a small account? So I want to, okay, look, real simple. Okay, so you guys have seen me build small accounts. I've taken maybe a couple hundred, took it to 5 grand, 10 grand, couple grand, a couple times online. So I'm gonna get to your question, Nora, on YouTube. I'm gonna get to that question in a second. So what you can do is real simple. On a smaller account, you have to go inside the US30 really like a sniper, for real. You can't allow your trades to, like if you're trading the way that I trade, you're only getting it from support, riding it up. You only get it from resistance, riding it down. So with a smaller account, you don't have the bandwidth to allow the market to go up and down. You don't want that. So when you find your entry on a small account, just like a large account, will be the same. On a small account, your entry, same entry. But the difference is, if I have a large account, I can afford to let the market run up to resistance and perhaps pull back, hoping that it'll just go higher. On a small account, you want to make sure you get in at the appointed time, as toy, let it run up to resistance, or the first sign of the market trying to pull back on it. Just get out. Because the idea is to leave from the market with something. That should be your goal anyway. But make sure on a smaller account, you don't have all that bandwidth to allow the market to pull back on it. So you want to let it run up, you take your money. If you have in your mind, okay, I'm going to make sure that at this volume, this small account, this volume, I'm leaving every trade with. If I can get $5 per trade, and if I open up, let's say you open up, I don't know, 5, 6 trades a day, you know, you can walk away with 300 bucks. You know, I mean, not 300, 30 bucks. So if you have a $300 account, you don't grew your account by 10% in one day. All right? That's not unrealistic either. It's not unrealistic and it's not illogical. I mean, yeah, it's a very logical and wise way to look at it. Now, like I said, you're running the market from support to resistance, from resistance to support. Or at the first sign of the market starting to pull back on you, or you're in profit and you see, okay, I'm running this thing, and the market starts to act like it's slowing or slowing. So the pullback, slowing, or support or resistance, take your money. Don't be afraid to take your money at $1 or $2 in profit. It's better for you to take $1 too often to be blowing his account every single day. Okay? So that's my thing for that. And then as you grow that $300 account, once you get to from 300, I would trade the same volume at 300 up to 1,000. At 1,000, I might even get a little freaky with it, boost it up a little bit. And now I'm trading the same volume from there to like $2,000 and just bump it up every $1,000 or so. All right, something like that. And you play around with it how you like, and it has a lot to do with the account type you set up with your broker. So someone over here asked, what broker do I use or what broker do I like? I'm using Ventura right now. Okay, that's what I'm using. Noro over here said, how long have you been trading the US30 for? So Josiah had mentioned the US30 to me in like 2021. So it was like Q3 of 21. When I first started trading it on demo, and I went silent. I didn't say nothing to no one. The only person who I was trading was Josiah. I went silent, and I went silent even online. I wasn't posting much. I was focused on mastering the US30. And toward the end of maybe beginning to the end of Q4 of 21, I felt good about it. I knew what I was doing. It wasn't until sometime before the new year, first of the year, I said, you know what? I'm going to do a US30 membership. But I didn't launch it. I wasn't in a rush. We're not in a rush to fail. We take our time to win. So I didn't rush launching it because I'm just trying to get money. I mean, I get it, but I wanted to make sure I did this thing right. So I took time to build the members area, build out all the sections. I took time to also continue trading. Because first I started on demo, then I said, you know what, I'm taking this to live. It's like we all know, there's nothing like trading on live, because now you get to really get the feel of it, and you get your hands on the real money. So once I did that, it was curtain. I launched March 1st, 22. And here we are just about 3 years later. So I would say maybe three and a half years, something like that, as far as time. Let me see. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, so it's crucial whether you have a large account or a small account to make sure that when you're trading, like, you guys don't understand, you guys don't know. I've talked to so many people, and I have plenty of students who can be up by hundreds, if not, let's call it thousands of dollars or whatever. And it just baffles me that you could literally watch your profit being sky high and let it pull back and let it take all your money. There's no way, like, why are we so in a rush to, like people are in a rush, well, people are very relaxed with letting bad trades run, but then they won't let the good trades run. They'll let it turn around on them and pull them out the money. It's like you should be in a rush to take your money and be in a rush not to allow the bad trade to run. You got to do this the opposite. Like just flip it, because a lot of us know how to trade. It's easy to show you the areas where you should be focused on and what the setup should look like. I'm gonna give you guys a real clear distinction. Two different things. So to trading, you guys know LCS, the logical crash strategy, is comprised of 12 different trading areas that we look for moves to take place every single day. But just because the market is at one of those areas, it doesn't mean that it's time to trade. You now have to wait for the setup. One of the biggest casualties that I see in the market is people being so tunnel vision, so fixed on being narrow-minded, and they're focused on one candle. One of the most common candles that people look for when a reversal happens would be an engulfing candle. They look for doji, showing signs of tug of war. Like, yeah, that's cool. Dojis can happen anywhere. So can an engulfing candle. But if you're finding them at support and resistance levels, you're that much closer to realizing a turnaround. Doji, I'll give you guys this, doji should not be deemed a confirmation candle. Don't do it. Doji only represents the tug of war between the bull and the bear at a resistance level or a support level or anywhere in the market. If I'm going to focus on doji, it's going to be at resistance or support. Both. Question is strategy or psychology, which one is more important? Both. I wouldn't deem one more important than the other. You gotta have both. You have to be well-rounded in this game. You have to know how to think your way through trading, because one thing about the US30, if you're not, like I'm teaching my students, you have to be a step ahead of what they're doing, what they're putting in front of you. The only thing that's solid in anyone's market is a closed candle. When that candle is moving, you're in your head. Like I said, 1 second it can be going up. It's in favor of your bias. What happens? The next 20 seconds it flips back down. Now you're all distorted and all. You just can't think straight. So we have to know how to take a step back and look at the market and say, okay, what is constant? If your level is still constant, whether it's support or resistance, if it's still constant, well, your bias should also still be constant. It should not change unless they do something close. Something needs to close and change your bias. If you're all over the place up here, you're gonna be all over the place trading. Take your time, calm down. The market is still dancing at resistance. It's still dancing at support. So don't get too far ahead of yourself just because the market is it's moving. It's supposed to move. Okay, so that's a good question. Sometimes, depending on the circumstance, it's going to be strategy. Because sometimes, like if I go into the market and the setup is just spot on, it's nothing but technicals and strategy. And you may still have some psychology, but then there are other times where, like today, the market is all over the place. Now you have to sit there and you have to think like they think. Put yourself in their shoes. Okay, how should I be thinking if I see the market going up and it pull all the way back and then go all the way back up and pull all the way back? What is the mindset of those folks who are controlling it? You have to think like them. And now you have to flip it and know how to react to how they will be thinking. Because they're doing the same thing to us. Trust me. They know that they're sitting the market at resistance. They know that they've been dancing at resistance all day. And they know what most people are going to do when they send the market up. They know what they're going to do. They already know what people want to do. People want to buy in. Oh, shucks. Hey, John, look. Hey, Susan, look, the market went up. Get in. Pop, 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 pop. People getting in. Got him. Send it back down. Now they're locked in their trade again. They send it down, and they send it back up almost to the same level. Not quite. Just to give people a chance to jump off, accept the L, but also to get more people to buy into the lie again. The same thing happens. Because now you got a whole set of new green folks who are jumping in again, where someone like me or someone who's more seasoned, I'm sitting back watching like, okay, I already seen this song today. They're sending it up there. They're just going back and forth, and they're failing to break that level. So guess what? I'm gonna wait until they break the level. Prove it to me. Prove to me that you're going there or going that way. So that's what we have to remember. We have to remember that in the market. Great question. I love that question. I love that question. Yeah, but it really depends on where the market is, because sometimes you can go inside the market and you can just see a good setup, and it's like, oh, this is simple. I've seen this before, and it really don't take much, because you recognize support and resistance based on how I train, based on how I trade. You already see support and resistance. You may have other indicators, not literal, and you may have other indicators that help you realize your bias. Okay, do I have this? Where's the, you may have other things that showing you this market is not going up anymore. It's ready to go down. With all that aligned, boom, you got it. Becomes an easy trade. So yeah. Yeah, so that's where we are with that. Any other questions? Any other questions? What other questions? All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. I need to get back at it. Gotta say this. I will listen. Just I tell you guys all the time, have nothing short of a fantastic day. Remember, stay healthy, stay safe, and always remember to remain and stay trading in the times you live in. I'll see you guys in the next video, alright? Peace and blessings, everyone.